Let's explore together the David Austin Handbook of Roses for 2021. I just received my new David Austin Handbook of Roses for 2021, and I am excited about that because I have been looking forward to receiving it. Hello, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. It's so good to be here with you today. I hope all is well with you. Well, I want to share with you my new catalog, but it's not really a catalog. It's a handbook of roses from David Austin. I just like to share with you some of the things that I enjoy about the garden. And if you like this and videos like this, then I'm asking you to subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button for more videos, and also leave a comment down below. Do you like David Austin roses, or do you have them in your garden? Just leave a comment down below so that we can share our knowledge together as a gardening community. And I just love roses. Roses are one of my favorite plants in the garden, and especially in June, it just seems to fill the garden with color, scent, and smell, and it leaves a very warm, fragrant, beautiful atmosphere. It's a rainy, cold February day here in Catherine's garden. The rain has come and is removing some of the snow that had accumulated over the month, but now it is melting. And it's raining, but yet it is still cold and damp. This is the new 2021 catalog that just came out. I am just so excited to look at it, especially today, because of the fact that the weather is so miserable outside here in the New England area. We're experiencing first snow, and now it's a freezing rain, and it's cold and damp. But now is just such a great time to take a look at the Handbook of Roses and just admire the different roses that are in this catalog. It's a catalog, but really it's a handbook with a lot of instructions and advice as to how to take care of and to raise really beautiful roses. And if you're so fortunate to have David Austin roses in your garden, you would have the necessary information to do a great job. Here are my catalogs, my David Austin catalogs from 2019. This was my first one that I received. It was so beautiful. It wasn't just a catalog, but it was a handbook of roses, and the information was just so rich. And I loved the catalog because I could tell that it was something to cherish, something to collect, a collectible. Because in it, for 2019, they were celebrating their 20th edition of the handbook. I discovered the catalog in my Victoria magazine. There they were advertising David Austin roses. And they said if you go to their website, that you can order a catalog for 2019, which happened to be the 20th edition. It was a special year, and also the fact that David Austin had passed away in just recently, that they were offering a beautiful catalog here. When the catalog came in, I was so impressed, and I was very excited about the fact that it was almost like a collector's edition in its design. And then when it showed all of the different catalogs from the previous years, it made me very excited to look through the catalog. I learned so much because of the types of roses that it spoke of, and it gave examples and ways to use roses in the garden. The pictures of the borders and how to incorporate the roses into my border, my urban cottage garden. It really excited me, and it helps me to start dreaming, especially around this time of the year when things are cold and dreary and spring is right around the corner, but yet we're waiting and waiting for something to happen. I also got last year's. So now I have the 2019 catalog, the 2020, and now I've just added to it the 2021 David Austin Handbook of Roses. After receiving roses for Valentine's Day, it was such a treat to actually get my David Austin Handbook in the mail. I've been thinking about the garden and thinking about drawing and just thinking about flowers and the beauty of nature, and I started to put together this artwork that I'm working on. So to receive this handbook just added to me a sense of timing and urgency to want to do all of everything that I need to do concerning gardening. It just creates a beautiful atmosphere in the garden of fragrance, color, and beauty. And it shares with you the contents of new roses. We can see the availability of new roses, shrub roses, climbing, rambling roses, English tea rose, rose accessories, discovering David Austin, basic rose care, ordering, and all of that. And it gives you some really good beginning info on roses. Just seeing all of these roses here in this cottage garden is such an inspiration to want to have that look, have roses all over the garden. Our commitment, from growing in our fields to growing in your gardens, we do our best to breed the very best roses for you to enjoy. Why choose roses? With so many plants to choose from, why are roses among one of the best plants you can choose for your garden? Now that is a really good question. And I think many people wonder, well, why should I have roses in my garden? Because they're so finicky. But roses have a classic beauty, complementing traditional and contemporary gardens alike. Many varieties have the added virtues of being wonderful, fragrant, and naturally repeat flowering, and as a group outperform virtually all other flowering plants. Once happily established, they are a real source of pleasure, bringing color and fragrance to your garden. year after year. Well, I am convinced about that about roses, because I have roses in my garden and they make me feel so good. I mean, when they do come out and when they're established, then you just are able to appreciate the beauty of them. New for the year. That's so pretty. Literary collection of English roses. Wow. Shrub roses. I love the shrub roses because with the shrub roses, they fill up a lot of space in the border. And they give you suggestions. They say best for health, best for fragrance, best for flowering, attracting bees, mixed border, pots and containers, few thorns. And that's something to consider, especially when you are taking care of your rose bushes. Do you want roses that have thorns on them, or you are just looking for roses that are more or less beautiful, but you don't care about the thorns? Challenging climates. And this is really good, this section here, because in it you're able to look at what roses would do well in your particular climate. Then they talk of hedge bundles. Queen of Sweden. Beautiful, isn't it? The mixed border. Now let me go back to that, because the mixed border is what I have, and that's what I really am looking for in my garden, is to have a mixed border. Planting roses in a mixed border is one of the easiest ways of enjoying roses in your garden. Combine shrub roses, other shrubs, perennials, and annuals to create a tapestry of different colors and textures. And this is new. Pretty, isn't it? They're all gorgeous. I like the fact that they show you a close-up of the rose, but then they also show you what it might look like in the landscape as well. I think that's an honest depiction of what can be. And then they talk about decorative doorways, how you can use the roses to adorn your front entrance. Isn't this beautiful? Easy care. Glorious garden benches. Then they have the fragrance bundles. Gertrude Jekyll. Gertrude Jekyll, this rose is a very famous one of David's. Gertrude Jekyll is one of David Austin's most beloved roses. And it's very famous. And it's named after Gertrude Jekyll, who is she was a famous rosarian and gardener, and she created the movement of a carefree, having a more of a carefree garden, and they named this rose after her. They say it's best for flowering. Beautiful. I just love these pictures of the garden because it gives you an idea of what you can create using shrubs and roses and different types of roses. Now, isn't this wonderful, the idea of having just a hedge of roses throughout your yard, or garden, I should say. Having a hedge of roses around your garden. I love this peachy color. And I do have that color in my own garden. But you could never have too much of any rose, I think. I love this yellow. Charles Darwin. Beautiful. I don't have a yellow rose. I had purchased a yellow rose and it didn't survive. But the year that it was there, that yellow rose was so beautiful in the garden. But something happened to it. It didn't survive though. I think it didn't have enough space maybe. But anyway, climbing and rambling roses. That is so pretty. Now, I like that. Having the rose climb up the wall. Wow, this is beautiful. This is just wonderful eye candy. Especially for a snowy day like today. The English tree rose. Now, I haven't thought about having a tree rose. But that is one way of getting light up in, having, making it easier but that is just one way of making it easier for one to add more roses to the garden. And it elevates it, giving height to the garden. Something to consider. And then they have rose accessories and books, a wall calendar, prints, different things. And rose food and different equipment. And then it says, Discover Austin and the English Rose. So if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Do you have David Austin roses? If you do, I am happy for you. That is definitely something that's on my bucket list to get. It's a couple of David Austin roses. And also, if you want to get a catalog, it's quite easy, or to get your own handbook. If you go to the David Austin website, there it says to order a catalog, or if you want a free catalog, all you have to do is, of course, fill out the information and you'll get a copy in the mail. I think it's something beautiful to have as gardeners, even now during this time of weather when we're getting ready for spring and getting out in our gardens. It's something to look at, and the quality, it's just a beautiful, beautiful handbook and a treasure. So I recommend that you subscribe and get yourself one of the David Austin Handbook of Roses and the one for 2021. And thank you so much for spending your time here with me. If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. How is your garden growing? I hope all is well with you. And if you want to get a copy of the David Austin Handbook of Roses for 2021, then just visit their website and fill out the information, and you'll get your own personal copy in the mail. Well, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time right here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.